What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
It's going great. You?
I'm doing my acrobatic punches.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's a thing in dance. I forget the word. But anyways, guys, if you are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Hit the subscribe button down below. Great things happening to superstars every single day. You're going to go for a walk. You're going to try and get the mail, and you're going to open the mailbox, and it's going to be empty. You're going to go home. Mail's going to be sitting on your table already. It just happens for superstars. Nobody knows how, but when you hit that subscribe button, automatic mail delivery into your kitchen table. Wow. So now there's a huge light over your head. But anyways, if you want a little bit of extra superstar juju, you can become a superstar VIP. It helps you with all the drops. You get a badge beside your name in the comments, and you stand out, and you can flex on them. Okay. But we're coming up to 1 month for some of you guys. So some of you guys are going to switch a little badge. It's going to look cool with all the different colors. That's one thing. We're telling you all our buys and sells. I've still been doing it. I've been buying a couple things still in the market. I don't know if you guys saw today.
From the members. Very, very active in the market.
Yeah, it's been wild. But also we have our spreadsheet for the number of hits you would want to go for on blind boxes. Thor Hammer 0. We're not even going to run it. Also,
yeah, we're not even going to run it. There's no point. There's zero
also,
point.
If you want us to advertise one of your things that are listed in one of our videos, if you remember, post it there. We will do it for you. And also, if you're looking for a mint, shout out KeepCommons.com for giving us that idea. If you're looking for a mint to complete a set or something like that, we will advertise that for you as well if you are a member. So just let us know, and we will do that. Here's the members. We have to have a second page, guys. Shout out to all you guys who are members. Really much appreciated. Newest member, Veve Arcade. Guys, I have to shout this guy out because honestly, if you guys want to know how he signed up, he had a live stream today, fellow YouTuber. So make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to pull up right now.
That was amazing.
He had a live stream, and he became a superstar VIP on his own live stream. Yeah. So definitely a solid dude, but honestly, like really, really down to earth guy. And he's got a bunch of great videos, great personality. And he lives in Vegas, and Rob's going to go say hi to him, I think.
I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to see if I can find some time to meet up with him. It'd be cool to meet someone else from the Veve fam. I always like doing that for sure.
Yeah. So yesterday I also missed one of the people who had a item up for advertising, but that means he just gets his own little slide today. What's good, superstars? I'm trying to sell a Homer Golden Moment 1956, which is cool. Homer Simpson and Marge Simpson's birth year.
Ooh,
you can
okay.
Get a 1 of 1 mint. It's listed for 900 gems. Thank you for this opportunity. That's not bad.
That's not bad, actually. We've done this. We've done this before with those very unique mints, and hopefully we can have a Jurassic Park story here. We can find the buyer here for Superstar VIP Abel. So
it's the first ever Golden Moment, first ever battle statue, first ever dual FA. Like it's a lot of things.
The battle statue kills me every time.
And it's Homer's birth year. Like that's not just a random like date. It's actually, I think, pretty big time. Also, you want to follow us on our socials: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Practice your autograph because people will be coming up to you if you send us pictures and videos for our page. And on Veve, you can follow us at Fastos number 6909. I will follow every single person back this week. Probably tomorrow I'm going to do that. So make sure you get your follows in, and we'll follow you back. And make sure your profile is public. That's important. All right.
Yeah, the public profiles is good. I think today we have a great video coming up. I'm really excited for this one. We told everyone yesterday that we had some thoughts. We're not done yet. We needed more than one video to actually have a discussion about ownership. So
yeah, and it's gonna be juicy. You guys are gonna enjoy it. I think we're gonna stand up for a lot of you guys. Maybe you don't even realize. Maybe you don't even realize what happened. But we'll get into that. Here is the Twitter feed. I wanted to give a shout out to Comics and Crypto. Also, shout out Ryan Newell for pointing me to this. Basically, this is pretty cool. Facebook and Instagram. Almost everybody who's on the internet has one of these. And it says Facebook and Instagram begin testing NFTs on Ethereum and Polygon with select users. You can see the digital collectibles tab on both, and that's very coincidentally cool. The words that Veve uses for their collectibles.
Yeah, that is super cool. If you could start now showcasing that on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, with all the people that are on it right now, a lot of people just aren't even aware of the space. They have known nothing about it. They haven't been brought in yet. 1% they say of the crypto space is NFT, something crazy like that in terms of actual users. Yeah. Imagine when you can get the word out through these social networks. That's crazy.
What better advertising? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Also, we have a stamp drop coming up on Saturday. Actually, might be worth it. It says it's the stamp first issued in the mid 19th century. We don't know the designs yet, but the designs are from 2016, and it looks like George Washington FA is what everybody's calling them. So that's pretty cool. And we got this monstrosity coming up tomorrow. All right. Now I'm gonna.
I mean, if you want to use the spreadsheet and you're watching, you can do it, but we're not doing it because I think we know where this is going.
I got the Medium article pulled up here, but guys, I asked the question today on Twitter. I said, "How many hammers are you buying?" And I have never seen this many different ways to say zero.
I know.
I'm gonna sit this one out. This guy's gonna buy them all. Crypto Cookie's gonna buy them all and or burn them all except one.
Yeah, just because he's gonna have full reign at it.
I think respectfully pass. People are all saying they're gonna buy them in the secondary. I should buy about 60 of them, or I should buy about 6 of them for $60 in the marketplace. Zero, blah blah blah. Zip zilch zero. Like it just keeps going. There's gifs about it. I didn't expect to see this much.
That was a pretty big response you got there with that tweet, and I can't believe it too, because I remember I went on Twitter and I went, I'm like, zero. What are people talking about zero? Because we just did a video yesterday that used the term zero in the title, and I thought, is this related to that? And like, no, everyone's just talking about the next store drop. But the moment I saw it, I'm like, what is this? And even just talking to other people that I know and seeing people on the social networks, no one seems very excited about this. But Thor is a great character. I mean, it reminds me so much of the Eye of Agamotto, the artifact drop. But I think the Eye of Agamotto was actually way better than this one.
Oh man, I think that this is going to severely whatever is purchased from the store, because I don't think it's going to sell out. Even though they're really low mint, it's 60 gems. Like you can buy like a couple high tier comic commons for 60 gems.
You notice how they put it on a pedestal? Do you think that you know how they have that like feature? You know that feature they have about the pedestal that you can like, it says it's coming soon, that you can change it? Because like, why not just give the hammer by itself? Why give it in the pedestal? Maybe in the future they're going to be able to change it to gold, whatever. I don't know.
This reminds me of, you know what? They said that when they're going to do promos, they're going to give them lower quality NFTs. This should have been a promo piece. It's got the labels for the movie. Nobody wants this. This is low quality. You can't even put the hammer in someone's hand without having this thing sticking out of it.
I would, just give us the hammer.
That's
we
it.
Don't. Yeah.
I don't think 60 gems is the right price, even though the edition size is low. I think they messed up on this one, and I think and if it was Marvel who pushed for this, I think they'll realize, but maybe they don't care because they didn't care about the Eye of Agamotto.
We've noticed a lot of times previously that the community sentiment tells us a lot. Our video comments tells us a lot of how it's going to go. Let us know below. I mean, we've seen a lot on Twitter, but I want to hear from the superstars watching. Let us know below if you're going for this drop. What do you think about this drop? And I think if you read those comments, we're going to have a pretty good idea of how it's going to go.
So here we go, guys. We're going to get into it. I had to retweet our boy, Superstar VIP Kryptoni. Always has great commentary on Twitter. If you're not following Kryptoni on Twitter, what are you doing with your life? Because he is very involved. He's on every stream that you see. He's always in the comments. He's very supportive of all the creators. And we want to give a big shout out. But anyway, he said, people need to know the difference between criticism and FUD. Criticism is needed for growth, just saying. And we said, this guy gets it. We are not FUDders. We are posting videos because we want to improve this project. We want the project to flourish long-term. And we believe in it long-term, but there's a couple things that we think need to happen. Now, one of the things that needed to happen was that we have to solve the Gems Off app. And there are ways to go about solving the Gems Off app, and Veve chose to go in one direction. So, Rob, why don't we rehash what happened with the Gems Off app, and then we will give our, I guess we'll look at the other things that happened as a part of that, because there's some things that have been that people are sleeping on in these terms of service, I think.
Yeah, so first of all, the terms of service the news really broke yesterday. It came out July 4th, though. This is what started it all. Section 2 under Gems and Gem withdrawals. It says Gems may only be purchased through our services. You may not purchase, sell, or otherwise agree to the transfer of gems off market. For example, you may not make or accept a payment for gems outside of the Veve app where the gems are transferred by way of sale of a collectible in the market. Evidence of engaging in off-market gem transactions will include repeated sales and or purchases of collectibles at a significantly higher value than will be expected for such collectible based on current market prices. Now, we're going to continue this thought, but we talked about this last video, and we mentioned, because one of the first thoughts that came to me was actually the way they went about this was the wrong way to go about this. They are now going to give themselves the ability to enforce discipline action on users who do this. I always envisioned Veve fixing this problem through MCP, through MTL, through proper avenues to create incentive for a user to not want to sell their gems off app because it wouldn't be beneficial to them. By doing this, they're basically becoming the government. And Veve, to me, is supposed to be the custodian, not the government. They're supposed to be the custodian to go to the masses. They're supposed to watch it for us, but ultimately allow us to have the power to use our collectibles how we want. Let us be the owners of our collectibles. Why are we going to be having a blockchain to document everything if we can't actually own it? Now, we don't have interpretability yet, but to me, if I go and I buy a physical collectible, I can kind of sell it wherever I want, whenever I want. Yeah. And this is why I don't like this. We had a lot of comments that were very happy about the off-app gem, and they said they knew this was eventually going to come. The problem with the way they're doing this is that they're giving themselves the ability now to subjectively choose who they want to ban and who they don't want to ban. And that's my issue. Because if you own something, you should be able to sell it whenever you want. And if Veve doesn't want off-app gem transactions, they need to change the market and their services in such a way that you have no incentive to do so.
I think you touched on a couple great points there. The biggest point being that ownership is now being affected when you did this gem ban, buying gems off app ban. Now, I'm all for you getting rid of the off app gems if you have to put in a stipulation where that happens. But if you're going to take away one avenue where people can sell their collectibles or sell their, like if people are going to buy gems, that's how they're going to transfer their collectibles, whatever. You have to then open up something else to allow people in and out of their assets. The thing with this is like, I'm trying to explain it so that people understand. Think about if you buy a Pokemon card or whatever. You bought a Charizard. Now you can only sell that Charizard through Pokemon. It doesn't make any sense to me. You see them on eBay. You see them on all these different outlets. That's what collectibles are. So we're a collectible app. That the basis of collectibles is that you can buy, sell, and trade. If you're not allowing people to do that, then it's not a collectible anymore. It's a in-game thing that is never ever coming out of the game, and it's not being advertised that way. It's been advertised as a collectible app. Yeah. So I think you got to kind of be true to what that is. And if you're going to take away gems off app for laundering purposes or whatever that is, fine. But then you have to allow transfers or some kind of way for people to get in and out of their items. And if they choose to if Rob chooses to send me his collectible and I decide to pay him through the back end, and it's nothing to do with gems, it's just me buying a collectible off of him, that's my own choice. That's for me to report. That's for him to report to the taxes. That's what it's about. It's like Rob said, this is becoming like dictatorship almost. Now I want you to get into the other point we were going to talk about, but I want to bring up something because this is where this actually really hit home for me. And it is the localization of the people who can get payout. Now, I don't know if everybody watching knows about this, but shout out to my boy at Living Aloha. If you guys don't follow him, he's got 900 subscribers, very good follow, talks about living a simple lifestyle in Hawaii, but at the same time, also loves Veve and talks about Veve. And he put out this video today, one day ago, about how the off-app gem purchases are getting canceled. How everybody else was talking about it. And I could tell he was gutted. He was absolutely gutted because he's like, now I can't do anything. I can't even sell them if I wanted to because, Rob, why don't you explain why he can't do that?
Well, we actually brought it up in our video yesterday. If you go back to the terms and services, it's right here under payout conditions. It says that there's eligible countries for payout. Countries not eligible are listed on the following webpage, non-operational countries. This list may change from time to time. I don't know why they didn't mention non-eligible states, because if you go to this, it has geographic restrictions. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer or anything, but it says non-operational states in the U.S. and non-operational states in the U.S. cards and ACH. So basically what they're saying, we read this yesterday. It was almost hard to believe, but are they saying that New York can't pay out?
Yeah.
Are they saying Virginia, Vermont, Texas? Like, these are massive states, and they're working. But then again, the last time this was updated was March 15th. They said that we are working on obtaining licenses for all states. Please check back if your state has been removed from the list. So anybody watching, if you're in any of these states, let us know. Payout's not here for all, but payout's not going to be here for these states. So how are they supposed to off ramp? Veve's giving all of their users who are not shown in this restricted list, and there's countries here too, by the way. You can go through that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of countries. By the way, and the thing here that bugs me the most is that Veve was not created by a portion of the audience. It was created by everybody who has an account, who's put their money into it, and it's not just people who live in California or people who live in Toronto, Canada, or places that have access to their money or their funds. Everybody is equally a part of building this up by opening an account. You all have one account after KYC, right? So you're all a part of it. You all have your voice in the community. And the fact that some people are outcasted because of the payment process, to me, that means that maybe Veve shouldn't be enforcing this terms and conditions until everybody has equal opportunity of transferring their items around. Now, if you bring in a transfer fee, that's fine for me. It's like if I sell something on eBay, I'm going to get a fee for selling it. If I'm using their platform to do it, whatever. But at least I have the option to get in and out of something that I have purchased and put money into, thinking that I'm in a collectible app.
Yeah, and maybe anyone watching this, let us know what is ACH and what is cards. All I know is I'm reading this, and to me, it's pretty clear that these are non-operational states in the U.S. So I completely agree with you. Like, there needs to be an avenue out for these people. It's not fair to them that now all of us are going to get it. And the reason why they're doing this is now because you already know someone who lives in these states are going to go reach out to one of their buddies who lives in another state. And then this is, if anything, it's encouraging this laundering of money.
Yeah,
and these loopholes. And I know why they're putting this in their terms and conditions. They're putting this in their terms and conditions because it all stems to this whole money laundering thing. With that being said, there needs to be a fine line between being a custodian and being the government. They're offering premium IP, then you buy it. You're supposed to own it, meaning you should be allowed to do whatever you want with it, including selling it. What happens when it becomes, interoperability and you can take it off platform, which we know we're supposed to be allowed to do? You're going to be able to sell it there to some kind of Bitcoin and get off that way, no?
Yeah, what's the difference? Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference? So I feel like as they've been taking functionality away from the app, they've been taking away transfers. So we can't do giveaways of them anymore. So transfers are gone. You buy it, you want to give it away, you can't even do that. You got to do it through these means.
But even the changes to the collectibles, even if you think that it's better, somebody bought that collectible the way that it was featured. If you want to do a change and you think, oh, I'm making a better quality, that's in your eyes. And 99% of people will agree with you. But there might be the 1% who liked it the way that they bought it. I think you have to definitely give the option for that person to get this upgrade or whatever.
We did a video, and I think Reese mentioned that maybe it'll be like clicking a switch, which I think is the right way to do it. If you're going to change a collectible, you should allow that person to have a switch on it that if they want to change it, they can change it. If they don't, then they don't have to. We did a whole video on that. We had videos of Dan talking about how maybe you'll be able to take Superman and make him green, and people lost their mind because he's like, don't make Superman green. That's the one color you can't make him anything but green, right? So that's I don't know. Like, this is the whole thing about ownership goes beyond just selling it. It also goes to changing it. Can you make it a switch that you can go back on?
Yeah. So Rob, the other thing I wanted to talk about here is we know that when this MTL came out, we were pushing that this is going to kind of bring down prices. We also talked about previously the pump and how we didn't think it was backed by data, and we didn't think that it could be sustained because of that. Now things have changed in the marketplace, which may have assisted it to return back to where it was before. But Rob, why don't you go through and show a little bit of examples to show exactly what we were talking about, and maybe bring up the videos that we had and talk about those as well.
So there's now been a significant change in the market, meaning our eyes are going to go back to watching collectible prices. We did speculate previously that MTL would bring negative pressure on collectible prices, meaning they would go down because of this whole consideration of buying power. Because part of the reason why, MTL people are taking money in the app, but we also believe that this would happen, that off-app gems would naturally be killed, not through enforcement, but through you not having the incentive to do it anymore, making gems more expensive, making buying power lower for everyone. You already noticed that, first of all, there was that pump, and it was already coming down. And then with the announcement, it's coming down even more. Something fishy was going on. We made videos back then. And by the way, this is Todd, which, before the pump was at 2,400, and then it reached almost back to $4,000. Now it's back to 2,300. So the pump is over, right? That 2-day pump is over. We go back over here. We have Elsa. Elsa, before the pump, was at 472, pumped up 100% up to 923. She's back down now to 500. And in all these situations, it's just the timing. It was just such a well-timed pump, because sales just rocketed. I mean, just rocketed. Were they bot sales getting out? Was this a coordinated attack? We talked about this. We did a video on June 22nd saying don't get caught in a pump and dump on Veve. And we used Pot and Cheeks' spreadsheet to help watch the money. We didn't see new money coming into the app, so we speculated this must have been a very controlled group of people, whales, that were spending a lot of money at the same time, shrinking up supply, creating that FOMO, people buying in. Mm-hmm. We also did one why you should use data and not emotions to make decisions on Veve. We got your eyes blinking there, Joe. We'll try to get it. I mean, there you go. There we go. That's a nice photo. Anyways, sorry about that. But we said we got to use data, not emotions. It doesn't mean you're going to be right every time. You could use your emotions and get lucky. But we prefer to use data because we believe that it will probably give us a higher level of probability that we might make a better decision because we're backing it up with some kind of information. And in this case, it was gems coming into the app externally, which wasn't the case in those pumps.
So right now we've got pretty consistent uptrend of gems since June 29th, it looks like. But the one thing that you have to keep in mind is it's like very, very slow. Right now it's trickling, but now your only way to get gems is through the app legally, right? So you're going to expect that these numbers are higher because now all purchases will be coming through. So more people are buying through the app than previous because now it's their only option. But I still think people are going to have a hard time buying one-to-one, and they're going to wait for prices to come down a little bit before they do so. So we're going to keep a close eye on these numbers. But Rob, why don't you continue? Because I think there's a little bit more that we talked about in the last few weeks, and you guys should see, because we're just trying to show you guys that there's kind of the data does back our decisions.
Yeah, we were preparing for this moment. We made a video that talked about like maybe the newer collectibles that don't have all these bots baked into them, they may not be impacted to the same degree as some of the older collectibles where you might have, single accounts trying to cash out as soon as possible. If you look at Vader did experience and benefited from the pump, and we believe that there's still opportunity for him to continue to go down. However, if you take a look, he pumped to 3,200 from 1,600, and he's held pretty strong, hovering between 2,000 and 2,400. He's held better than the other ones. Because he's a newer collectible. And actually it was one of our lowest, like one of our lower liked videos that we put out. Why recent drops on Veve have the best opportunity. It had under 90%. For whatever reason, people did not like.
A lot of people dislike this. A lot of people dislike this. And it's just proof. Vader is the perfect example to prove that there's less baked in bot gems in that collectible, which caused it to not, it's coming down a little bit, but from the all-time high, but it's not getting affected as much. So we wanted to make a point here that like we like to back up our previous videos. So it kind of gives us a little bit of, I don't know how to explain, like just to say, like, maybe you guys should pay attention. And we want to make sure that we're credible as well, right?
Well, this one was a really good one because there was, it was a good topic of, well, the newer collectibles that happen after there's already been a major price dump, because we had that bull run from January after that gem scandal with all the gems being taken out, after the bots have kind of been killed when transfers were stopped, are they going to act the same way? And I think that what we're seeing through that pump and through that dump, what we're seeing is that those newer collectibles, if you're a person who watches the market every day, and maybe you're a flipper, and maybe you're somebody who's worried a little bit about the downside and want to sell out if you have the emotions to be able to sell on the high, right? Because you always want to sell on the high. You don't want to sell in the dump. You want to sell into the pump, right? Then maybe going for newer collectibles might be part of your strategy rather than going for the Elsas and for the partners, although those are grails. But if you're looking to flip, maybe you don't necessarily want to flip it. Maybe your strategy should be going for the newer grails rather than the older grails.
Even if you're DCAing, we talked about that 2 days ago in our video about what best time to buy. Also, if you're a VIP, you're seeing Rob's not doing anything right now. We have different strategies. Rob's not doing anything. I have a very specific set of constraints around my purchases, and I'm only buying things which fit inside those restraints. If you look at the VIP membership, you're going to see everything I've bought. It kind of fits in those. You know what I'm talking about if you're in the VIP. But it's not much. Like there's very few things that we are looking at, or I'm looking at least, just because I think that they'll hold up a little bit better as we go down here. But until that time comes where the data starts backing the numbers, even if we go through a pump cycle, to me and Rob, whatever. We're gonna hit. Well, if we can't catch Todd, if we can't catch partners, there's gonna be something else that we can catch, and at least we're catching it on the uptrend rather than on a downtrend where you're trying to catch a falling knife and your hands are all cut and bloody and everything. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah, and I'll use this opportunity again just to remind everybody we're long VV. Therefore, there's the argument that if you do buy and you just never look again for a long time, the expectation is that in the long run you're gonna catch another pump. There will be a time again where collectible prices reach their all-time highs, I believe, in the long run. We're just saying that maybe right now is not the time because of many reasons that we've talked about in our previous videos. So the moral of the story on this one, and we just talked a little bit now about how pricing movement has been working in this MTL space, but back to the beginning of this video, we really need to think about ownership long-term on Veve. I think it's going to be an important way to bring people into this app. It's a serious question. If I want to sell my collectible to somebody else and I live in these restricted areas right now, I should be allowed to do it. Veve should give me an incentive not to do it, and not by banning my account. Or in fact, it could lead to lawsuits on Veve Spot. I don't think they really care too much about it, but at this point they can bully anyone they want. Just because they don't like you, they could find an excuse right now if they really wanted to and say, no, you're selling off app. They don't have to prove it. There's no court of law. True.
So I think the other thing, well, I guess we have to do this first. So let us do this for the VIPs. And this is one we have on Veve right now. So let me just show you quickly.
Hey, there we go.
Lightning McQueen.
Nice.
Yeah.
That can match my digital.
So exactly, we can do a physical digital before we send this off to whoever wins it from the VIPs, guys. Terrible quality. I'll take a picture and put it on Twitter, but much better than yesterday's. Really, really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm very happy with the Lightning McQueen to match this.
Like you said, there's got to be an avenue for people to get off. I understand the whole thing about shutting down the cheap gems. I'm cool with it as long as you let people get their collectibles on. And if you're not going to let them get them out, then don't enforce that and let people know you're not enforcing that until everybody has fair opportunity. That's what I think the best way to do this is.
Yeah, and let us know below. What else can Veve do? I really believe Veve can come up with other creative ways to make you not want to sell your gems off app. You're not going to be incentivized to do so. I understand that it's definitely going to be related to their MTL. I get it. It's all related to that, and maybe there's another way. I don't know. I think that they would have to sit around. They know their future plans better than all of us. And then how's that going to tie with the interoperability with IMX? Let us know your thoughts below on this video. We would love to hear from you. Do you agree that this whole idea of centralization with Veve, are they going a little bit too far now? Do you think it's perfect? I know many people were very, very happy with the off-app gem ban in the terms and services. So let us know your thoughts below. We don't care if you agree or disagree with us. We want to hear from you. We love listening to all the superstars. And don't forget, smash the subscribe button, become a superstar. And now you could also become a superstar VIP as well, which we would love to share with you. You got our spreadsheet. Now we got our advertisement going on. If you have collectibles you need to sell, we want to do everything we can to bring as much utility to you as possible. Look at that. You got some cool Disney giveaways there, which is going to be, I told you that McQueen's going to be a fan favorite now. Enough people, I think, have their digital collectible that they want to match it. So, but yeah, I mean, thanks everyone for watching. Can't wait to hear from you. And we will see you on the next one. Take care.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.